Hi everyone, welcome to our channel iStep Mentors. I am Nikhil Jaipurkar. I am the Chief Mentor here at iStep Mentors, and today I want to speak about an important topic, which is English proficiency tests. If you are looking for studying abroad, I think one of the most important things that you need to look about is English proficiency test, which comes in many formats. For example, IELTS, PTE, TOEFL, and some of the other exams as well. I'm going to talk about what it takes to get a good score in an English proficiency test such as IELTS, and how can students prepare and get the best possible score for themselves. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to divide this video into three parts. The first part, I'm going to talk about the pattern of the exam, what are the different things that are asked in the exam, and then in the second part I will try to guide you about the strategies or the things that you could do to get the best possible score for yourself. Let's go ahead and dive deep into the IELTS examination pattern in the first part of this video. IELTS exam consists of 4 different skills that are tested: reading, writing, listening and speaking. And as the names suggest, these skills test your knowledge and test your competence on these 4 parameters. You know how good you are at reading, so they'll give you some passages to read, and then on the basis of those you need to answer some questions. Writing, you need to write 2 different types of reports or essays, one a longer essay and one a shorter report, which is a description of a graph or a bar chart or a pie chart. The third section obviously is listening, where audio clips are played for you, and you need to be very attentive, very careful while listening to the audio clips, because they are not going to be repeated. So you need to gain that particular piece of information from that recording, and you need to answer the question correctly. Finally, it comes to speaking, wherein in IELTS there will be an actually in-person interview. So there will be an examiner sitting in front of you and asking you questions, starting from very basic and very general questions regarding, what are your hobbies, where are you from, tell me about your hometown, etc. And then going on to the second section, wherein you will have to speak about a topic for a couple of minutes, and then finally the third section, wherein more detailed questions could be asked. So in a nutshell, there are 4 different skills that are being tested. You will get an individual score on each of these skills. In IELTS, the maximum score that you can get is 9, so you will be graded out of 9, and you can get a score of 6, 6.5, 7, so on and so forth. And there will be an overall score as well, which will be basically a combination of your individual scores. So you will get an overall score, and then you will get a individual band score as well. Typically for undergraduate programs abroad, the requirement could be say 6, 6.5. Some of the programs may require a higher IELTS score, and for postgraduate or master's level degrees, the requirement could be a little bit higher. So this is about IELTS in a nutshell. Okay, so let's come to the part where we talk about what it takes to get a good score in the IELTS examination. So at a very basic level, you need to be good in your English language. So obviously, since it's a English language proficiency test, you need to know your grammar, you need to have a decent vocabulary, you need to be able to use complex sentences, structures, and definitely the ability to use different words to describe the same thing, which is called as paraphrasing, is also very important in IELTS. So let me give you an example. For example, in writing, when you have an essay question, it is very important that you are able to paraphrase the essay question in your own words and write it down to show to the examiner that you've understood the question, and you can actually paraphrase it, and you can actually use your own vocabulary, use your own words to describe what is being asked. So paraphrasing is very important. Paraphrasing also plays a part in reading, for example, because in the passage the answer will be given in a different way, in different words, and the same thing would be asked in the questions with some different words or through some paraphrasing. So it is very important for you to understand that this has been paraphrased, and therefore the connection to be drawn between the passage and the question that has been asked. So paraphrasing is important in reading as well. In speaking, again, if the examiner asks you a question, instead of just repeating the question, you could say that thing aloud in your own words. Again, you'll get marks for that. There are 4 or 5 things that are being tested in an IELTS test. The first thing is obviously grammar. So you need to use the correct tenses, you need to use the correct word structure, the sentence structure, and you also need to use the correct words and the phrases. So grammar is important. Second thing that is being tested is fluency. So you need to be fluent in your language. You cannot stop, and you cannot fall short of words, take a lot of pauses. That is something that you should not be doing. So you need to be fluent in your language. The third thing that is being tested is your pronunciation, which is where somewhere the local the native language influence comes in, and we are not as good at pronunciation as the native language speakers, but then we have to do as best as possible, and try to get a good score on the pronunciation part as well. Finally, vocabulary. You need to show that you have a diverse set of words that you can use to describe the same situation, and that you can use the correct words in the correct situation. So definitely grammar, vocabulary, fluency, and pronunciation. These are some of the things that are being tested in each of the skills, not only speaking but also writing and reading, as well as listening. So I think having a good knowledge of the English language will actually help you to get a good score. So there's no substitute for knowing the language. Thankfully, there is no negative marking in IELTS, so I think you can attempt all the questions, and even if you don't know the answer, you can actually take an intelligent guess, because there's no negative marking. You will always get some benefit if you get the right answer. So always make sure that you're attempting the entire section and not leave any questions out. So let's come to the final part, and I think the most important part of this video, which is how does a student prepare, how does an applicant prepare for IELTS, and what are the things that they should be focusing on. I think there are a number of free resources available on the internet. There are a number of authentic channels available. Just make sure that whichever channel, YouTube channel, or whichever page you're following, it has authentic information. So you could actually practice a lot by using these free resources on the internet. One of the resources that I found useful was the Study Australia free speaking test. It's an online test. It's an official Study Australia government website, so you can be assured that it is authentic, and the results that it will give you will be genuine results. So try out the free speaking test on the Study Australia website. If you need help regarding the link, leave a comment on this video, and then we'll try to share that link with you. So I've personally used that. I've recommended the free speaking test to all my students, and all of them have benefited immensely from it. So I think that is one resource that you should use. I always suggest the students to use official Cambridge books. Don't use any material that has not been published by the Cambridge University Press, because I think there's a lot of material out there which is not genuine, which is not authentic, which does not follow the patterns of the exam, and it will actually create more problems for you than actually helping you. So I would suggest you to stick to only official Cambridge books. There are books, reading for IELTS, grammar for IELTS, vocabulary for IELTS, different books from Cambridge University Press that you can use. And finally, there are the numbered test books which contain 4 full-length tests and some sample answers at the back, which can help you to check your answers and check your essays, etc. Finally, there is no substitute to a good teacher, to a good trainer. So find a good trainer for yourself. If you feel that you're lacking somewhere, go for a 4 to 5 week training program, and make sure that you put your best foot forward when you are attempting the IELTS, because it's an expensive exam. I think it costs you around 16-17k for one attempt. I don't think you should be taking it again and again. Just get your best score in the first attempt and proceed with your applications and visas. So If you need help with your IELTS preparation, we offer an online free IELTS module as well. So if you need training, let us know and we'll be able to help you out with your IELTS training online. So all the best for your IELTS preparation. I hope that you get your desired score, and I hope that you are on your way to the country of your dreams. All the best.